Yes, it's very important to understand babies because having a good start in life is very important for your later life outcomes. My name is Ingmar Visser. I'm associate professor in developmental psychology, and I study developing infants and their cognition and their thinking processes. Currently, we can see here the baby lab at the University of Amsterdam. So this is where babies come to be studied, and here we make them listen to sounds, we make them look at videos, and then see their responses to it. And we all do that during their first year of life. So we start testing at, let's say, 4 months of age approximately, until about 1.5 years. But currently we're running an experiment on the precursors of learning language. And so what we want to know is whether infants are able to understand grammatical structures, whether they can understand that particular words follow one another, whereas other words cannot follow each other. So what we first do in the language learning experiment is that we expose the babies, we make them listen to sounds of, or to streams of sounds that have a particular pattern. And so they will be either repeating A, B, B, for example, or to, si, to. Ma, be, ma, fu, ma. We make them listen to those patterns for quite some time, a couple of minutes. And then what we do afterwards is we test whether they have memory of this pattern. So we make them listen to other sounds or other patterns of vowels. And then we register whether they're surprised or not, and if they are surprised, then apparently they notice that there is a difference. Parents are always accompanying their babies to the baby lab, and we never, parents never leave their babies alone with us or with anyone else. The babies sit at the lap of the parent while doing the experiment, but also, especially if the infants are a little bit older, they can sit in their own chair, and then the mom or the dad will be sitting right next to them or right behind them. But parents do not play a role in the experiment. They're not supposed to do anything but just watch and wonder what's going on. Is doing research with babies hard? Well, it's mostly much fun, but maybe you can also ask the students later on.
I think it's not so much hard. It's unpredictable. Babies do what they want.
I feel like even though it's maybe harder in the sense to get valid data, because sometimes they just don't do what you want them in an ideal scenario to do, like adults who know what it's about and who can like more regulate their behavior. But I feel like it's also way more fun, just because the babies bring so much positive energy in the room most of the time, so they really like it here, for most of the babies at least, and that is usually very fun.
It's also hard because babies have little attention, right? So oftentimes, of course, the babies need to get used to a new environment, so they will be a little bit nervous sometimes, or not like the situation so much. That's why we have a possibility for them to play a little bit first before they partake in the experiment. But mostly parents and infants enjoy it. And of course, if they don't enjoy it, they can leave at any time, right?